Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be reviewing two new Huda Beauty products that just launched. We're going to be reviewing the Glowish by Huda Beauty Multidew Skin Tint, and of course we are also going to be reviewing the Glowish by Huda Beauty Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. I am super excited for you guys to see today's video. I put these to the test. They both claim to be waterproof, and besides that, towards the end of the video I'm showing you some swatch comparisons between this bronzer and some of the other more popular bronzers slash my favorite bronzers I have in my collection. The skin tint retails for $37 and the bronzer retails for $31, which is a lot cheaper in comparison to the rest of my favorite bronzers in my collection. So if you've been looking for a good, more affordable alternative, definitely keep an eye on this one. I am of course leaving you links to everything down in the description box of this video, so if there's anything that you're interested in, make sure you check it out down there. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started. My face is already hydrated, and since this Multidew tint from Huda doesn't have SPF in it, I am going to start today by applying an SPF of 50 because I am going to be out and about and I'm going to be outside for a good chunk of the day, so I want to make sure that my face is protected. I have been using this one since like a month now. I don't use it every day because I don't leave my house every day, but whenever I do leave my house, this is the one that I have been reaching for, and I like it because you can see I put on a lot, but it sinks right into the skin and it is super lightweight. It just feels like I added a little bit more moisturizer to my face. Very lightweight. This is the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid SPF 50. So now let's get into the Glowish Multidew, and I got mine in the color light medium. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to get any of the other shades because I went to my local Sephora to pick this up because I didn't want to wait for shipping. I wanted to have the review up for you as fast as possible, and they only had this shade in stock. They weren't sent the full line. So fortunately, I think it's going to work for me because this is a very sheer, I think, type of product. But I would have definitely liked to compare this one to the number 3 as well, just to make sure that I got the correct shade. This is what the packaging looks like, and as you can see, things look very glowy. Ignore my nails because I did not let them dry and they look a little bit of a mess right now. Okay, I'm pumping some out. There we go. So here's the consistency, not too liquidy, it's kind of like on the creamy side, and that is the shade that I got. That is like 3 pumps right there, by the way. So I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush, and it says to apply it from the center out. I think 3 would have been the shade for me instead of 4 for sure. So it says it is a fragrance-free light coverage skin tint foundation that instantly brightens with near neutral undertones and leaves skin with a dewy finish. We can definitely see the dewy finish, and it is more of a sheer coverage because I can still see my redness showing through it. I'm going to do a little bit less on this side and see if we can get it to match better. This contains plant-derived squalene, which is going to be hydrating, and it's got antioxidants in it. Damascus rose oil soothes, clarifies, and locks in moisture, and red bell pepper extract protects the skin against the effects of digital pollution like blue light. It also says it's 92% naturally derived, vegan, fragrance-free, waterproof, sweat-proof. It gives you second skin vibes, cruelty-free, and it comes in recyclable packaging. I so wish this was my actual color. This color looks beautiful, but I am very pale in comparison. Am I still going to wear it? Yes, I am. We are going to, of course, test it out. But if I like it, I'm definitely going to end up getting the shade number 3 because this one is just a little dark for me. I'm going to use a little bit of my Magic Vanish color corrector to hide my under eye circles a little bit. To brighten up my face, I'm going to use the Fenty Bright Fix Eye Brightener. I have mine in the color Melon, and this one is also a sweat-proof, humidity-proof product. It doesn't say waterproof but I think it'll match, and this one is very lightweight as well, so I think it'll go with our lightweight sheer buildable coverage look. I forgot to mention it's also a very light shade, so it's going to help me even out a little bit. Apparently I'm having a heavy-handed day, and I'm blending it in with a sponge. Okay, so this is how things are looking. Let me lower the light. I forgot to lower the light before I applied concealer, but this is what things are looking like. As you can see, the Glowish product is very skin-like, and it is a really nice glowy finish. It's like a sheer buildable coverage because I was able to fully hide my redness even before concealer just by doing a little bit more on the center of my cheeks, and it evened me out really nicely. And now that I put that brighter concealer in the center, I think the color is not totally horrible. I think I'm going to be able to work with it. So let's get into the Glowish bronzer. Here's what the packaging of this one looks like. And this was available in all of the shades, so I was able to just grab the color that I thought would be best for me. Let me give you guys a swatch. Check it out right there. And it is a bronzer with, I would call it a satin finish. I'm about to like see what the claim is, but I think it's a satin finish because it definitely is not matte, but it's also not shimmery or sparkly. So I think the satin finish is definitely a plus for me. I got mine in the color 03 Tan Light. Let me read this one before I apply it because I don't think I can multitask with bronzer. It says it is a transfer-proof, non-drying bronzer with a velvety finish that gives you a natural-looking tan with subtle luminosity. So like a satin finish. It also has the squalene, the Damascus rose oil, and the red bell pepper extract. Vegan, cruelty-free, recyclable packaging, light as air, non-powdery texture, 90% naturally derived, and it applies like silk, blending so seamlessly. We swear it feels like you're wearing nothing at all. So let's see. I have my Wayne Goss #1 brush, and let's go for it. Ooh, it's pigmented. It blends very, very nicely. So now I'm like barely touching and building it up where I want it, because at first I put way too much on. It really does not feel like you're applying much to the skin, yet it gives you really nice color. I really didn't need to be bronzier, but here we are. The brushes that released with the collection were very tempting, but I went ahead and skipped them because I don't really need any more brushes right now, but they looked nice. With my Wayne Goss #5, I'm going to go back to the bronzer, and this is going to be what I'll use for eyeshadow today as well. So I'm just putting it on the crease of my eye back and forth. Wayne Goss #3 and my Pat McGrath Under Eye Translucent Powder, and I'm going to just set right here where my eye can crease. I think this brush and this powder were just meant to be together all along. It's like they found each other. I love this brush. If Wayne Goss releases these brushes individually, I would buy another #3 brush because I really love this brush so much. It's my favorite brush from the whole set. It just is the perfect size and shape for under eye powder and highlighter. So I would like a second one because I want to use one for each thing. Lights down again, and here's what the bronzer looks like. It really didn't change the texture of my makeup at all because the Glowish tint already had a nice glowy finish to it, and so does the bronzer. And the bronzer is so thin that it really does not look like I put anything on top, but I am even bronzier than I was before when I showed you. Let me go ahead and put on some mascara. I'm going to use a waterproof mascara because we might test the waterproofness of it all later. Okay, I'm back, and I did very little mascara because I hate waterproof mascara or taking off waterproof mascara, so I don't want to have to take off that much later. But this is what we're looking like, and I am going to do a little bit of a highlighter. My I Need a Nude Glow highlighter is right here, and I'm just going to touch up the top of my cheeks with it. Okay, so since the face is very simple today because I just wanted to test out these products and see how they perform, I'm going to go a little bit bolder with my lips. So I have my Kaleidos lip collection here, and I have been dying to wear this lipstick. When I reviewed the Kaleidos lipsticks, I said the more nude, neutral, boring tones were definitely my favorite. But when I was editing that video and I saw how this lipstick looked on me, I fell in love with it. So I have been actually dying to wear it, and it is June 1st. Summer just started, so I think it is the perfect occasion. So let me go ahead and go for it. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray to lock it all in even further. And this right over here is what everything is looking like. First impressions, I am obsessed with the bronzer. The finish of the bronzer is beautiful. I like that it's not fully matte, but it's glowy without being shimmery or sparkly at all. The Glowish tint is actually a really nice product as well. Obviously, I didn't have the correct color for my skin tone, but still with it looking much darker than the color of my skin, I think I was able to get really nice even coverage all over. I like that I was able to build it a little bit on my cheeks to cover my redness. If you have a lot of discoloration that you want to cover, or redness that is a lot more visible or severe than mine, then this might not be the perfect product for you because it's not going to give you a full coverage. I think it's kind of like sheer buildable, borderline medium coverage that you can get with it, which in this case for me worked very nicely. Now I am going to wear this makeup throughout the day, so I will update you guys on how things wear, and at the end of the night I will come back to give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, it is 8 o'clock right now. So I've had this makeup on for 8 hours, and man did I put it to the test. So I went to my friend Annie's house to go to her pool. I think when all of the sun I got turns into a tan, I will successfully have matched this new foundation color. Anyways, so my intention was to kind of test the makeup at the pool, and I thought, well, I'm at the pool, you know, maybe like I'll get a little splash of water here and there and put this waterproof makeup to the test. And I think I went above and beyond at testing it, because I was trying to get on Annie's floaty and I couldn't get in, and I dove right into the pool with my whole makeup on. So I can tell you it is definitely waterproof, because you can still see like 65% of it, especially the foundation and the bronzer. The bronzer stayed on amazingly nice. What is not waterproof was my eyebrow gel. As you can see, my eyebrows fell down, but the foundation and the bronzer are waterproof. The concealer stayed on pretty well. I feel like this is not my traditional wear test where I wear it for 12 hours, but it was fun because I got to test how waterproof it is. Normally I really don't wear any makeup when I know I'm going to get my face wet, but it is the summertime and things are opening back up. So if you need a tint to go to maybe like a water park or to a regular park, like in Orlando there's a lot of rides that you still get wet. So I feel like for something like that where you're not getting like fully wet but maybe a little splashed here and there, and you want to look cute for pictures and you want your makeup to last you long and wear it throughout the day, I feel like this makeup would be really good because it is long lasting and waterproof. So honestly, I give it 2 thumbs up. I think I'm going to keep the shade that I got and just continue to make it work. I feel like with that Fenty concealer, I did a good job at kind of evening things out a little more and making it so that it kind of matches my skin. And as summer continues to roll out, maybe I will get a little bit more color than I have right now, and this can be my summertime foundation shade. After 4.5 hours at the pool, this is what it looks like up close with the light down. So you can see there's a lot of bronzer on my forehead still. I have some coverage left from the tinted moisturizer. It did wear off a little bit right here on my cheeks, but I was also wearing sunglasses, so I think that was the sunglasses rubbing right there. And you can see I still have bronzer right here. It pretty much stayed really nicely for everything that I put it through. Again, if you're just going somewhere where you want to take pictures and like still look nice but you might get splashed in the face, this is the perfect makeup for that. So lastly, before I leave, let's go ahead and compare the Glowish bronzer to some of my other bronzers in my collection, and I can tell you guys how they compare. This Glowish bronzer, by the way, it's like a very hydrated formula, but it's a powder, but it feels kind of like humid. So I'm going to put it right over here. I really can't believe that the bronzer looks that good after so many hours at the pool and getting my face fully like wet. So I'm swatching the Gucci one right next to it, mainly because I wanted to kind of compare how the shine is, because the Gucci is not fully matte and neither is this Huda one. And I'll show you guys up close in a second. Okay, here we go. So this second line right over here is the new Huda bronzer. Again, I got mine in the color Tan Light number 3. And then right here next to it, and I feel like also one of the ones that looks the most like it, is the Laguna Cream bronzer from NARS. This one here is the Gucci bronzer in number 2, which has a very similar finish to it in the sense that they're both kind of like that satin finish color, but this one is much more cool toned and a little darker. Then we have the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, which is the lightest one of them all. I do have my Charlotte Tilbury in the medium shade, and this last one here is the Dior bronzer that I also really like. So honestly, all of these bronzers are my absolute favorite. I really love them all. And the main difference between this Glowish bronzer and the rest of the bronzers in my collection is that it blends just as nicely, it performs just as nicely as all of the ones I just showed you, but it is waterproof. Like, you guys can see how bronzy my forehead still looks. And again, my face did get fully wet at least 2 times in the pool water, plus lots of splashes. So I think that's kind of incredible. Okay, so that was it for this video. Absolutely everything I talked about today will of course be linked down in the description box. So if there's anything that you want to purchase, please use the links down there. I hope that you guys liked the video. If you were interested in these products, they are both approved by me. I really like them both. So I would say go ahead and go for them. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Patty and I would love it if you subscribe before you leave. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!